The CEO deliberately disguised himself as a beggar and sat by the roadside asking for alms. 3 beautiful women wearing dresses walked by. They recognized the CEO as their former classmate. The CEO pretended to be clueless and continued begging. However, they showed no regard for their past friendship. The female classmate in the white dress even took out her phone to record a video of the CEO begging and posted it in the class group chat, just to mock the CEO who once had excellent academic performance, now living such a miserable life. The female classmate in the red dress wanted to pull them away because the CEO was her ex-boyfriend. She felt even more embarrassed after the female classmates left. The CEO's secretary immediately got out of the car and walked over. She told the CEO that the 1-month period had ended. It turned out the CEO was actually a billionaire worth hundreds of billions. He deliberately pretended to be a beggar for 1 month just to see which kind-hearted people would help him. The secretary followed the CEO's instructions to find those people and then help them fulfill their dreams. After the secretary left, unexpectedly, the CEO's girlfriend happened to pass by. When the girlfriend saw the CEO like this, she hurriedly asked what had happened. The CEO wanted to test his girlfriend's sincerity, so he pretended that his business had failed and that he now had nothing. What surprised him was that his girlfriend not only did not despise him, but instead blamed him for not telling her earlier so she could accompany him through the difficult times. The CEO was deeply moved. His girlfriend wrapped her arms around him and wanted to take him back to the hotel to shower and change clothes. Passers-by mocked her for having poor judgment for choosing to be with a beggar. The girlfriend was not affected by their words. Instead, she Ju-dong kissed the CEO and said that the 2 of them would get married the day after tomorrow. After the CEO finished showering at the hotel, he received new clothes his girlfriend had bought for him. She also gave him the 100,000 she had saved with great effort, just so he could marry her with dignity at the wedding. Facing such sincere love from his girlfriend, the CEO immediately vowed to make her the happiest woman in the world and said he would tell her his true identity on their wedding day. Soon the wedding day arrived. The girlfriend waited in her wedding dress for the CEO to come pick her up. Unexpectedly, her sister returned with some friends at that moment. The sister said she wanted to see what the groom looked like, but after seeing him, she immediately stopped the wedding. It turned out the girlfriend's sister was actually the CEO's ex-girlfriend. She had seen the CEO begging on the street a few days earlier. After she said the CEO was a beggar, the girlfriend's mother did not believe it because she remembered the CEO's family as being quite wealthy. The sister had her friend show the video of the CEO begging. This left the mother with no choice but to believe it. For her daughter's happiness, the mother immediately decided to cancel the wedding, but the girlfriend strongly opposed it because she truly loved the CEO and was willing to marry him regardless of whether he was rich or not. Seeing her sister's firm attitude, the sister called their mother outside and told her to pretend to agree to the marriage, then used the younger daughter's phone to call the CEO and tell him not to come pick up the bride. The mother quickly agreed and told her daughter that she approved of the marriage. Little did she know, the sister did this because a rich second-generation heir had taken an interest in the younger sister. As long as the younger sister married him, she herself would gain many benefits. The CEO happily answered the call, thinking it was from his girlfriend. Unexpectedly, it was the girlfriend's mother's voice. She told the CEO not to come pick up the bride, saying that the girlfriend had grown to despise him. The CEO knew his girlfriend was not that kind of person, so he decided to insist on going to pick her up. After the girlfriend's mother finished the call, she smashed the phone just to prevent the CEO and her daughter from ever contacting each other again. But the sister was still worried the CEO would come and that the younger sister would choose to continue the wedding. So she suggested having people block the wedding car at the village entrance, completely cutting off any chance for them to meet. The mother thought it made sense and immediately gathered a large group of villagers at the village entrance. The bride, knowing nothing, was still waiting in the room for the CEO to arrive. When the wedding car reached the village entrance, it was indeed blocked. The CEO got out of the car in confusion to ask what was going on. The unaware villagers told the CEO that the girlfriend no longer planned to marry him and that the bride price would be returned, telling him not to keep bothering her. The CEO said he needed to hear it directly from his girlfriend. Otherwise, he would not easily give up the wedding. In order to see his girlfriend as soon as possible, the CEO instructed his secretary to take out the prepared red envelopes. When the villagers saw the red envelopes, they immediately rushed forward to grab them. The CEO thought that once the villagers took the red red envelopes, they would make way, unexpectedly, in order not to let him pass. The villagers actually returned the red envelopes. It turned out the CEO's girlfriend had grown up under the villagers' watch and was the most beautiful girl in the village. They could not marry her off just for money. The CEO asked what it would take to let them pass. The villagers said it was impossible. As long as the girl did not want to marry, they would absolutely not let the CEO pass. Unexpectedly, the next second, an elderly woman in the crowd suddenly had a seizure to get the elderly woman to the hospital as quickly as possible. Her daughter knelt down and begged the CEO for help because the wedding car in front of them was the fastest means of transportation. The secretary remembered how the villagers had just made things difficult and immediately refused their request. Unexpectedly, the CEO was still willing to help. The elderly woman's daughter also spoke up for the CEO, saying that she believed he was a good person. The villagers finally agreed to let the CEO enter the village. It was almost noon. Seeing that the CEO still had not arrived to pick up the bride, the girlfriend hurried out to ask what had happened. Unexpectedly, her mother told her that the CEO had called off the wedding.